You know, at the end of a marriage, a lot of things can happen. And fellas, you don't have the right attorney, or if you don't show up to court like you're supposed to, ooh, they really can get you at that point. They give them whatever they want if you don't show up to court. But one brother's going to talk about, what happened to some people that he knew that retired and how their ex-spouses is even getting that retirement. Let's review it.
Now, more parents say they worry they won't be able to afford education for their children.
A friend of mine put that out there on TikTok, but I think it's something that a lot of us haven't discussed enough. A lot of these men now, we're starting to find, like I know a couple of guys, actually I know an uncle too, that he was married back in 79, before I was born. And he's been married 3 times since. He hasn't been with the other wife, and I don't know. He hasn't been with her like almost 30 years now. And this woman for 30 years, he's been married 3 other times. But his first wife from 30 years ago is still getting an alimony check of $600 a month today. And is not interested in getting married. See, the only way the alimony check stops is if she marries someone else. And this lady, she's not interested in getting married.
That means she was awarded permanent alimony. That's what that means. Man.
And it really disgusts me, hearing, now this woman is in her 60s. She'd have been able to keep her check, his alimony check. Thank God, the kids was already grown and everything, and the child support, because otherwise she would have got that check too. But, in her 60s, she ain't really worked. She ain't really did nothing with her life. And now she's drawing off of his retirement. So, you guys need to understand, this marriage thing goes on far beyond. And I was trying to figure out how could this be possible, because I'm like, okay, my uncle been married 3 other times. Okay, one of his wives died on him. The other one he's married to right now. And then you got this old, something from 30 years ago. And now she's still living off your money.
And, the thing is, men, if the judge rules against you and say awards her permanent alimony, then you need to file an appeal immediately. You understand what I'm saying? Immediately file an appeal. You can't let that go. And the problem with a lot of you men is that, 1, you don't bring proper legal representation, for 1. Number 2, you just let things go. You don't appeal. You don't try nothing. Okay? This guy got stuck with permanent alimony, and he should have fought it right then and there, because he probably could have won and got that removed.
And that bothers me. Because, what part of life is it that, a woman can sit up here and make a career living off of a man his entire life? I mean, because my uncle now, he's past retirement age, you know what I'm saying? And here she come, because she just got 60. So, like you said, she went past the wall and everything, never did nothing, did all her running, and just sat there and waited on this money. She kept talking about it. She said, I can't wait till he get to a certain age, because, I'm going to get some of that retirement money, too. It is sickening, man. Marriage is a bad deal. Just don't do it, man, especially not with no black woman.
Now, I will say this. The last part what he just said, especially with no black woman, I disagree with that. The reason I disagree with that is because it's just not black women. If he would actually go sit in family law court, black women not really the ones that's going to just get you like that. You're going to have a few that probably will, but the ones going to get you the most in the courthouse? White women. They the one going to get you, because this system is made to protect them. So if you're dealing with one of them, and white men know, white men got some stories, and a lot of times some black men or any other group of men that deal with them, they got some stories. I'm not saying black women won't get at you either, but I'm just saying the whole system is built against men. It is. And that's why a lot of men are have boycotted marriage in the Western world. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, for instance, if you go into business, no one will sign a contract in business to say, I could take half of your business away from you because I just don't want to be in business with you no more. Not that you did anything that hurt, our agreement, but I just don't want to be in business with you no more because I don't want to. And I'm going to go to court and I'm going to take half your business away from you. I'm going to take half. Nobody would sign a business arrangement like that. Only an idiot would sign that. Well, that's what happens in the Western world. Now, people get prenuptial agreements and all that, but then you got to do that right. Because if you don't do that right, and, shout out to lead attorney, when he said that when you do that, you need to make sure you got a lawyer and she need her own lawyer. And so her and her lawyer can look at that if you're going to go that route. You understand? Or if you don't want to deal with any of that mess with the Western world, well, just, go get your wife from overseas and stay over there. Don't bring her back here. Because the moment you take your wife from over there and she get around them modern women enough and she's not strong enough to be resting in her culture and letting American culture influence her, she'd be the one turning the same women you got away from. That's why a lot of men say, do not bring them back here. Because if you bring them back here, that's a risk you take. Keep them in the culture that have them the way they are, that why you liked them and fell in love with them and wanted to make a family with them. Keep them in that culture. Don't bring them here. This culture here is horrible. But yeah, permanent alimony should never, never, never even be an option. She just lay up on you for the rest of her life, man. That's something else. But let me know what y'all think about, this here. And, any men, are you paying permanent alimony? You knew somebody? Let us know.